A very good afternoon, everyone. BFSI Board is happy to announce July 2024 as the banking month. And today we are having the first webinar on the banking month in this year, 2024, on the topic Digital Transformation of Banks from Caterpillar to a Butterfly. And we are really honored and privileged to have with us as our speaker CME Dr. P. Sivarama Prasad sir, former Assistant General Manager, State Bank of India. We welcome you, sir. We are
Yes.
also honored and privileged to have two chief guests today. CMA Partho Chaudhary sir, he is the former Chief General Manager, RBI. We welcome you, sir. Dr. AC Raut sir, he is the former Executive Director, Bank of Maharashtra. Welcome you, sir. From the Namaskar, sir. From the institute, we have our chairman, sir. Seme Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, is the chairman of the BFSI board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India and also our council member. We have CMA Arup Shankar Bakchi, he is the additional director, ICMEI Kolkata. CMA Dibendra Roy, sir, he is the additional director and HOD of our BFSI board. And we also have our other team members of the BFSI board. We welcome all of you. So just before we start, we are playing the Institute anthem and then we will continue with the program.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय
मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
So now I would request our chairman, sir, CMA Chitranjan Chattopadhyay, sir, for his welcome address.
Thank you, Indaki ma'am. First of all, I beg to be excused that I am not visible because of some technical, disruptions in my maybe in my system. But of course, I'm able to see everybody here. Those who are our esteemed speakers. I just convey my good afternoon to you all, and also I convey my thanks to you to participate in this very day of the inaugural day of the our inaugural day of our banking month, and we are observing this banking month, and I think you do not require further elaborations why we are observing July as a banking month. Especially we have with us two very doyen of the banking system. One is our CGM, ex-CGM of Reserve Bank of India, our own member, CMA Partho Chaudhary. I welcome you, sir. And also we have with another, a very knowledgeable banker, who is having the grassroots level knowledge, as also he has worked in the corporate credit for many days. Dr. AC Raut is with us. So what can be the best combination of one central bank, ex-central banker, commercial banker is with us? Would be just putting this program in the, they will be rather lighting the candle of this program, because we have got many other programs in this month for this on the webinar. We will be holding webinar. Let me just tell you that this month we are planning to have some other, programs which would be very much, I think, relevant for your life in the banking system. Today we are having digital transformation of banks from caterpillar to butterfly. And next we'll be going for DIFI, distributed lending. Then we'll be going for open banking, then white label banking, then InsurTech. So all these in our programs in this month we'll be doing, or will be maybe it will be continuing this program in the next month also. But before that, I must express my gratitude to the personality, Dr. CMS Sivarama Prasad, our own member, who has always been giving us many directions, who is really helping us in our thought process to have further reaching to the unreached in the banking areas. And basically, let me convey my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Dr. Sivarama Prasad.
Thank you, sir.
Who himself is a driver in our journey in this BFSI board. Therefore, in this particular program, I welcome you all. And friends, I just want to mention one or two very important issues. If you see that no country can have a healthy economy without a sound and effective banking system. And the bank have always remained in the main participants of the financial system in any country. And the banking sector offers several facilities and opportunities in their customer, and therefore it should be able to meet the new challenges posed by technology and other internal external factors. With the establishment of the first bank in India by British, the banking sector has made rapid progress in various places. Before the establishment of banks, the financial activities were handled by money lenders and individuals. And due to that, people had to suffer a lot because of ignorance and many other reasons. So as to overcome such problems, the organized banking sector was established, which was fully regarded by the government. In India, Reserve Bank of India is the main governing authority and has been bestowed with extensive powers to work as central banking authority. The Reserve Bank of India was established in April 1, 1935, in accordance with the RBI Act 1935. And as it is evident that the most of the Indian population resides in rural areas, therefore banking sector had to make a number of reforms in its working in order to survive for the existence. And with this also, the 19th July 1969 was a very memorable day for all of us in the banking sector when the banks were nationalized. Nowadays, Indian banking system is working very efficiently in the country, and therefore we understand that we should dedicate 1 month, especially July month, to be the banking month. And we are proud to host it, 4 years consecutively in a row. And we are very happy that our members are really enjoying this, and our members are also contributing to the BFSI sector with the knowledge of cost and management accounting, as also the data analytics, credit analyst, and other things they are doing in the banking system. With this, I welcome you all. Hope to see you in the other webinars also. And I welcome all our esteemed guests and our speaker today, Dr. P. Sivarama Prasad, in this program. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I would like to now introduce our chief guest, one of our chief guests, Dr. A.C. Raut, sir. He is the former Executive Director, Bank of Maharashtra. Prior to that, he was the Chief General Manager of the State Bank of India. He is an insolvency professional, also registered valuer on securities and financial asset class. He is a social auditor. He is an independent director. He is a member of our BFSI board. He is an MSc in physics, MBA finance. He is a certified associate of Indian Institute of Bankers. We welcome you, sir. Now over to A.C. Raut, sir, for his address. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, all. Dear Mr. CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay ji, CMA Partha Chaudhary ji, and Dr. Sivaram Prasad, Mr. Divyendu Rao present, and Madam Indrakhi, and dear participants. It is a great tribute to the Indian banking and financial system that our institute is organizing such a wonderful program. And I think last year also we had a big theme, but mostly it was pivoted towards the senior citizens and also how to just inculcate the savings habit. But this year's program as such, it is quite high-tech and quite more relevant to our participants, mostly from the CMA fraternity and also the bankers present over here. And as rightly told in the beginning, that this is a combination of a central banker present and a commercial banker also present. It can be a beautiful amalgam where we could also exchange our ideas. But thing is that we do also have Dr. Sivaram Prasad, whom I know well. He is an ex-senior colleague from our State Bank of India. And in fitness of things, you have called him. I shall tell him he is the fittest person. His doctoral thesis is only on the digital transformation in the banks. He has seen not only banking in India, banking abroad, and an excellent paper he had put it up. It was an harbinger of studies, banking studies on the digital technology adoption by the banks. So that institute is really honored to have his wisdom today. I shall tell you, friends, I joined the banking in year 1983 as a professional. I was a student of MSc Physics, very lean and thin guy. When I joined the bank, I was asked to sit in the counter first because in State Bank, we are supposed to know the work customer interface is the first thing. And opening an account, it used to take so much of time. And the ledgers, and why I'm telling I'm a lean and thin, the ledgers are so heavy. One ledger will be weighing around 10 to 15 kg. I remember like that. But nowadays you go to the banking, it is totally paperless banking. And in the Indian banks, if at all you have a look at them, and the foreign banks, the digital adoption by the Indian banks, it is something super. I had been to 3 countries. I had been to Germany, saw their banking. I had been to the USA also, Kellogg Institute, saw also the glimpse of banking there. Also, I had been to Australia. There I had the privilege of going to their central bank and also to their, the stock exchange. Their entire stock exchange is built up on blockchain technology. The entire banking, it was also moving towards blockchain technology. And also this customer interface, no more it is personal driven, where even 50% of the customer queries are being answered only by the robots. And the entry of AI is something artificial intelligence, the way it is going to invade all sectors, including banking and financial sector. Friends, there is an unimaginable growth of technology in the bank. Banks are more appreciable. It is only the customers are driving the changes in the entire banking. Always, Indian banking is compared with what is happening with the latest technology abroad, and Indian banks are quick to adopt this type of technologies. Be it our Infosys, which runs the Pinnacle, or TCS, State Bank of India, which runs on the TCS. And you will just see the digital adoption and digital absorption by the bank is so high. What is what? It is totally end-to-end solution, end-to-end digitization has taken in the bank. The moment you are onboarded into the banking, till your final journey, be it deposits, be it lending, nowadays also our cross-selling. It is something, you will be surprised whether I'm entering a supermarket of banking and finance or something. And this during last 10 years, the face of banking has changed due to the JAM revolution. What is the JAM? That is Jan Dhan. You might have seen within a very short time of 2 months, all the banks were led to open around 50 crore accounts. How did they do it? It could not have been possible simply by manual processes. It was only technology came to their big rescue. And looking at the speed of the PM, The entire, the bankers also, they match those speed. And it is the sector which has drawn, a lot of praise and adulation from the Prime Minister himself for those drive for which India is known. And you just see Aadhaar, like Aadhaar technology, JAM, JAM is nothing but Jan Dhan, Aadhaar and mobile. These three things have totally revolutionized our entire banking space. Friends, those who are so curious to join the bank, our CMA friends, those who want to make banking as a career, or those who want to make as a consultancy, or give some kind of products and services of their own to the offer those products and services to the banking, they are supposed to be totally abreast of the what of the technological revolution that has changed the bank. Bank is not just like opening a savings bank or something. Bank is giving all bouquet of services. You want to buy an insurance product, it is the bank. You want to buy a mutual fund, it is the bank. Any opening is of the account, and more so, the entire financial inclusion, that is also, it is being driven by the technology. This financial inclusion, it is not by just opening these Jan Dhan accounts. Financial inclusion also encompasses microfinance. Microfinance means it is defined as lending up to 3 lakhs rupees. So that millions of borrowers, they can also, they are also approaching the bank. And the government of India pushing all the Indian banks go into only the digital platform, so that the role of any kind of mediators are not there. And one district, in every district, you will have now the digital branches. Every bank is asked to adopt one district and call it as a digital district, and also offer the products and services which can be faceless also. Anyway, it is going to be faceless banking. It is going to be the cashless banking. And the kind of credit, lending portfolio that banks are handling, you just see MSME. If you want to go to State Bank of India, for example, they follow the cash flow based method. And for that cash flow based method, from the account aggregator, a customer need not give his balance sheet also. And he can simply how much of cash inflow and cash outflow it is happening, and how the lending can happen. It's something, unimaginable. And all of us, we might be getting a call everything day in and day out, maybe from Bajaj Finance, or maybe from many other things. So much of credit is already available to you. How do they get it? They know our credit profile from the civil, because whatever you say, everything is known to them. Say you want to take a credit card. Why some of the companies, they say 5 lakh prepaid, card is ready for you, it is ready for dispatch the moment you go. Same banks, they are also going for their, they are doing their own due diligence from their data analytics, that which customer is creditworthy and to whom to lend. What I meant to say, friends, this is the way bank is changing. You need not approach a customer. If at all, now bank is approaching a good customer of their own. Perhaps I might have near about 6 to 7 credit cards. One from HDFC, one from Axis Bank, another from ICICI Bank. I do not know how do they get all our credit profile, and they offer 5 lakhs each. And we are so much fed up with this. What I meant to say, friends, banking is changing like this. And we, the professionals, we should also equally rise up to the occasion. For example, only just 2 days back, Bank of Maharashtra is asking for so many positions. If at all, those who are already chartered young people, they can also have a look at those advertisements and see whether you fit into those type of job description, or the description the bank wants, or be it State Bank of India or entire banking as a whole. So what type of people they want to recruit. And when you are a CMA, and you have to generally add your value. And I can tell you, our BFSI is adding a lot of value to your career. And actually, everything we can discuss, not only from the payment system we talk about, then now the risk management, fraud detection. Earlier frauds were, happening like anything in the bank. But nowadays, thanks to the technology adoption, frauds are prevented. Frauds are also can be predicted in which account it is also going to happen. Friends, the digital journey of the bank is something worth knowing it. And since Dr. Prasad is going to give you a tailor-made and with a lot of preparation, I have seen his slides, how it is going to happen. I mean, he will take you into a roller coaster ride for today's sessions. I wish this particular program all success. Thanks a lot. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to be present amongst this august group of people. Thanks a lot.
Introducing our another chief guest today, CMA Partho Chaudhuri sir. He is the former Chief General Manager, RBI. He is a Bachelor of Commerce with honors from the University of Calcutta. He is a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, Certified Associate of Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, Diploma in Business Finance from Institute of Chartered Financial Analyst of India, Certificate in Treasury and Risk Management from the Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. He is a Diploma in International Banking and Finance from the Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, Certificate in Anti-Money Laundering and KYC from Indian Institute of Banking and Finance. He has worked in RBI for 36 years and retired as the Chief General Manager in May 31, 2024. He has worked in the area of the currency management, reserve management, and as dealer in foreign exchange, supervision of banks and non-banking entities, government banking. He has worked as the chairman, member secretary, member in various internal and external committees in the areas of government banking, supervision of banks, non-banking entities, risk management. He is a regular speaker in the workshops related to the supervision of banks and non-banking entities, government banking, customer awareness, etc. Welcome, sir. Now, handing
Sir,
over
hats
to
up to
CMA Partho Chaudhuri sir.
Chaudhuri sir, having
Thanks,
so
sir,
much
please.
of wisdom, I mean, a repository of knowledge, experience, that of course, I think this introductory class for you, it will be very too less for you. And really great, sir. We should communicate with each other in time to come.
Namaskar to everybody. I hope I am visible and audible.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So CMA Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay and his senior colleagues in the institute, respected Dr. Raut and Mr. Prasad. It's great privilege and honor that institute has invited me to speak on this occasion, on this topic, which in my view is a very relevant topic from different perspective. And as Dr. Raut has correctly said, when a commercial banker and regulator both present in the same forum, then it always gives a 360-degree view of the things which is expected from a particular sector. Now, briefly, I think Dr. Raut has very aptly described the importance of this month and this event, which happened over 50 years back, which in my view, it has completely changed the financial sector, especially the banking sector scenario of our country post-independence. Now, when we talk about this significant change in the financial sector, the approach of the lender and the interrelationship between the depositor and the banker, I will just flag a few points where, in my view, was the emphasis given at that point of time. That is social upliftment, coverage of the banking in our country, including the remote areas, safety and security of the common person's deposits, and technological development as we progress in our journey for high-tech banking. Now, we have already heard Dr. Rao very detailed flagging the issues which we have traveled so far. He has also highlighted the challenges or the expectations we have from the customer's point of view looking ahead. Nevertheless, it is accepted fact that we have come a long way. And I have no hesitation saying that State Bank being a leader in increasing the coverage of banking in our country, even the remote places. Incidentally, my last assignment was as Ombudsman for the Northeast region, where I have seen the significant contribution of the public sector banks in the remotest place of India and the confidence they generated among the common people. One, in educating them about the privileges, the necessities of having bank accounts to come to bank and the safety of it. Now, when we are talking about safety of it, I want to highlight one issue that we have to sharpen our service.
দেখতেই পাচ্ছি না ইয়াকে, ও তো তুমি দেখতে পাচ্ছ কি?
দাদা আমার মনে হচ্ছে আমরা সবাই সব
না 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 ঠিক আছে তুমি কি
my point is that through technology we have to be more focused and we have to improve our customer service to the common people through technological upgradation and through safe technological upgradation. Now, being Ombudsman for Northeastern region for over 2 years, I have handled the complaints and which gave me the vulnerability of the system, vulnerability of the procedures the banks following, and also the ignorance of the customers of the bank. We tried from RBI everything possible to increase the awareness, but I am of the firm view that awareness among the banking customers account approach. It has to be from the branch level, from the people who are manning those branches to help their customers to understand the dangers of vis-a-vis the benefits of it. I think the challenge which is coming in front of the commercial banker is to not only upgrade the technological platform, but also convincing their customers it is a better way of doing banking, and with precaution, it is a safe way of doing banking. I have seen the procedural things, the process followed in the commercial banks, both public sector, private sector, and foreign banks. In my view, the CMAs have a very significant role in those processes. Raut sir has very correctly said that tomorrow's bank is like a mall where you have all the products branded. Am I corrected?
Yes, you are visible.
Am I audible? Oh, okay. So
Yes, sir.
I was talking about that it is okay. I was talking about walking into a bank branch will be like walking into a right. I think there is some disruption in between. So I think I'm back in the meeting. I'm back in the meeting. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry
Yes,
for
sir.
the
You are
inconvenience because
you are not visible and audible, sir.
so now. So I was talking about the customers of the bank will have a plethora of product to choose based on their risk appetite, and there technology will play a very, very critical, if not the role. And I'm sure Mr. Prasad will be taking us through this technological revolution which is knocking in our door as far as the banking is concerned. And why CMAs are important in that? Pricing of the product. The pricing of the product will significantly depend upon the contribution of the CMAs in accurately estimating the cost of that product. And there I feel that CMAs have a very significant role to play in the entire gamut of banking, which also now is very much integral part of insurance products also. So as usual, from a regulatory point of view, we always look for safety. We are not comfortable with products which in our view is not safe. We at least want the banking fraternity to inform the customer about the risks in a very certain and clear terms and give them options. So disclosure, information dissemination, sensitization of the customers, we as a regulator always look for it. So there lies another challenge of computerization, adoption of technology too fast. So a moderate approach is what is expected because we are not city-centric country. We are vast, where rural population, though they are much, much better aware today than a decade back, but still we have to reach out to them. So I sincerely thank Institute for having this type of webinar, which is of very relevant and very contemporary and of great interest to the members practicing and otherwise. And I wish that today, during the presentation of Dr. Prasad, there will be colorful butterflies flying off. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. All the best, Mr. Prasad.
Best wishes.
Thank you.
Best wishes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for your, both of you have mesmerized us through the opening remarks because we wanted that our BFSI month should be celebrated by way of the webinars. But personality like you who are having huge experiences in the banking sector, both in central bank and the commercial bank. And our BFSI board is relentlessly trying to contribute to the BFSI sector, especially in the, I can tell you, in the banking sector, I think we have come out with certain documents which are of totally, I think is the first of its kind in the domain area of the banking. I can tell you that one of the 8 memoir series, we have got 8 memoir series. Infrastructure financing is one of the very important, issues for the whole country, and Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Finance Minister, they are all looking for a very efficient infrastructure financing. And there we have come out with a robust publications on infrastructure financing, which is the second and enlarged version. And you will be very happy. This has been, this book has been reviewed by many top executives of the bank who have gone through the books and they have expressed their satisfaction and appreciation. So therefore, I think that today when we are coming out with this sort of session where technology is one of the main concern, our Dr. P. Sivarama Prasad is contributing, manifold in our institute's functions in the BFSI board, and under your guidance, able guidance of both of you, because let me tell you, Dr. Raut is our board member, and will be also be having Mr. Chaudhary's, Partha Chaudhary is a renowned personality in the BFSI sector so far as the central bank is concerned. Naturally, I think we'll be able to more and more contribute to the BFSI sector with your presence. And I again thank you. In a very short notice, you have joined here, and I'll be definitely expressing my gratitude to Dr. Prasad for giving us some of his time to our two of our guests here. And later we shall be definitely listening from Dr. Prasad with rapt attention, and which is a very, very important issue for today's the digital transformations of the banks from Caterpillar to Butterfly. Thank you. And really we'll be now having our Butterfly program in this particular day of your inauguration of Banking Month. Thank you.
Best wishes.
Thank you. So thank you so much, sir. So now we have the deliberations from our eminent speaker, CMA Dr. P. Sivarama Prasad, sir. Sir is the former AGM of SBI and faculty of our BFSI board. He is a qualified professional in cost accountancy, company secretary, finance, commerce, insurance, and banking, with experience of 36 years in banking and financial services, with cross-cultural experience and good knowledge in the insurance sector. He is a fellow member of the ICSI, the Indian Institute of Banking and Finance, Insurance Institute of India, and is a fellow member of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India. And he's a former AGM of SBI, and he's faculties and advisors of our BFSI board. So thank you so much, sir. So now requesting sir for his presentation.
So good afternoon to all. First of all, thanks to BFSI board chairman Chattopadhyay sir for introductory remarks of Dr. A.C. Rao sir and Parth also, the CGM of the RBI, earlier CGM of RBI. So today's topic is on digital transformation of banks from Caterpillar to Butterfly. I'm not talking about the history. I'm talking about the future. What is going to be happen in the banking sector? Particularly drastic changes for happen. For first 10 or 15 minutes, I will discuss about what are the changes for happened from the nationalization to till date. After that, what are the latest technology that are going to be implemented by the banking sector for customer convenience and to control the cost. These are the two important aspects. Customer convenience, because of the centric point of any transformation that is happening in the banking sector is the centric person, particularly the important or vital person is the customer. Without customer, there is no bank. If at all he is not offering any deposits, no lending activity. So that's why I will discuss in detail up to the 4 o'clock. Now my voice is audible, madam. My PPT is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is presented by the Banking, Financial Services and Insurance Board. And this particularly why they have conducted conducting this type of programs means this is July is an important that is a nationalization of banking sector, particularly the first nationalization. Now, this is our photograph, that is a Caterpillar to Butterfly. Both are very important. Caterpillar is important and a Butterfly is also important. Why it is important? Caterpillars play a significant role in the ecosystems as they are essential part of the food chain, serving as a food source for various animals. In agriculture, particularly, certain caterpillars can be beneficial for pest control by preying on harmful insects. If at all harmful insects are there, the productivity of the agriculture will reduce. This supports a lot. Moreover, silkworm caterpillars has been used for centuries together. That is create luxurious fabrics. The ladies, they are wearing the luxurious fabrics. That is from the silkworm caterpillars. Overall, caterpillars contributed to the balance of ecosystem and they have been practical uses for mankind. Not only that one, once it is turning to butterfly, certain advantages are there, particularly the pollination. Additionally, some caterpillars or spaceflies contribute to pollination and help maintain the biodiversity of the system. Now, that's why banks are also called backbone to the economy. They are serving to the three important sectors in the economy. Whatever the economy is there, whether it is a developed or developing or emerging, whatever the name you call it, the primary sector, that is agriculture sector, the secondary sector, the industrial sector, the tertiary sector, that is service. Without banking, these three sectors, the development is impossible and impracticable. That's why the banks are called backbone to the economic development. In addition to this, particularly they are serving to these three sectors. They are providing huge employment opportunity to the society, either directly or indirectly. That's why the banks are called backbone to the economic development of the country. Change may be a small or big. Change is called, it may be a small or big. For that small or big, we will use the change. But a transformation is used always a big and complex. That's why the banking, I use the digital transformation means a big and a drastic change in the operations of the banking system. That's why transformation, on the other hand, is always a big and complex. Today, technology, lot of complex issues are there that are resolved by the technology. That's why the banks are sailing in a smooth manner. Digital transformation banks, it is not a destination, it is not end, it is a journey. Lot of in the coming days, in the future, lot of changes will happen. This is not a full stop. Once the digital transformation happened, there is no full stop, and it will continue only comma. The banks are the future will be the software companies. Why? Because today we are using the word commercial bank. Today, fintech banks, financial and technology, both are mixed together, is called fintech. The banks of the future will be the software company because it is a technology driven. So to provide the service to the mass means ours is the largest economy, particularly the population wise. So to serve the people, the brick and mortar banking is not suffice. So the technology is very much required. That's why the bank's future will be the software company. Most bankers now dream to become the butterflies. They're dreaming. Every bank, even cooperative banks also, or regional rural banks also. Why not implement the technology and grab the business in the market? Even small finance banks, nearly 13 banks are there. They're also thinking how to use the technology in my bank and grab the business and increase the market share of the banking system. So the most banks now dreaming the become the butterflies and a transformation in the banking. Particularly, I will discuss a small things, particularly 10 minutes. After that, what is going to be happened the future banking, particularly past Gatang Gatha. That is not, I am not discussing about the trend. What is going to be happened? How my people, particularly the professionals, are to be equipped with the knowledge of the latest banking developments. Otherwise, survival is a question mark. So once the changes are happening, we have to follow the changes. We have to understand the changes and we have to practice the changes. Otherwise, you have to acquire the knowledge of the what are the changes that are happening in the all the sectors, not even banking sector, whether it is a banking or insurance sector or a corporate sector. So from 1969 to till date, what are the small changes that are happened in the banking system? First, I will discuss only the examples. After that, what is digital transformation? What are the particular advantages and disadvantages and what are the challenges? I will discuss in detail about that one. Today, any organization, the people is required, the process, the technology and the data. Then only it is very easy to transfer the organization. If the technology is not there, it is very difficult to transformation of the particular any system. So the people, the process, the technology and data, that is transformed the organization. Because every organization, they are focusing on the customer only. Without customer, there is no. That's why Mahatma Gandhi also told. The father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, also told the customer is more important person to the banking premises. The proactive approach is required. Why? Because change is suddenly it will happen. Today, the changes are also on real-time basis. Earlier, in particularly in my childhood, the deposit rate of interest every 1 year or 2 years, normally it will change. Today rate of interest may not be there in tomorrow. So I have to act proactively. Responsiveness. Whatever the changes are there, if at all I am not adopting, then I am no more in the market. And data driven. Whatever the data is there, that is useful to increase or to penetrate your business. So that's why the transformation is any organization, these are the important principles. If you see the BFSI statistics, the digital transformation BFSI increases the customer conversion and a retention rate 3 to 5% times. Customer conversion and a retention. Today, retention of the customer is very, very important. If at all my technology is outdated or redundant, nobody will contact me. If at all I am a latest technology, the functionalities are more, then that's why State Bank of India also developed the YONO, that is you only need one. That is suffice. That app is suffice to cover all your needs, particularly the financial needs. So the customer conversion and retention is 3 to 5 times is possible once the digital transfer. If at all I want to transact only in a manual or the old technology, because new technology I am not afforded to pay all these things. It is a capex, capital expenditure. You are no more in the market. Data analytics. Our business understand the customer behavior. And the loan servicing reduce the collection of cost by 15%. Suppose once the loan is turned into non-performing asset, later on the bank has to spend more, particularly to process, to auction the assets of the given by the customer and to contact the customer, legal cost, all of there. So while filtering the customer at the initial step only, that is the pre-sanction level only, if the data analytics are there, 15% cost reduction is there to the bank. That is a saving to the bank. And to achieve the growth and expansion goals, digital technologies allow new leaders. If at all I want to continue, because now any organization, the business cycles are there, the growth stage and stagnation. After stagnation, if at all you are not putting efforts, then automatically decline, after that death. So digital technologies allow new leaders, network leaders, and strategically manage the leaders by gathering insights. So here, particularly, I will discuss about small things. How the digital transformation is happening in the bank from that is particularly from the nationalization to till date. Earlier, brick and mortar banking is there. Now it is virtual banking. Today, virtual banking, you need not go to the bank. And the bank is in your hand, that is mobile banking. The bank in your home, that is internet banking. All are within your convenience. Particularly all these business processes, particularly that is a digital transformation, all these things are happening. First is the customer convenience. If my customer is satisfied, I need not worry the business. If my customer is delighted or surprised, I need not worry about the business. Customers, convenience and cost control. Today, all are cost. Technology is a cost. Networking is a cost. Hardware is a cost. All are cost. I have to control the cost. If at all in physical banking, the rent, the counters, all are cost. Overheads are also there. Recurring and non-recurring expenditure is also there. So once the digital transformation is happening, cost is controlled drastically. Attract to younger generation. If at all, I am always thinking about my age people, that is senior citizen people, because the youngsters are there. The India is very lucky because of the youngest population in the world, highest youngest population in the world is India. That is a plus point to the country. That is a strength of the country. So once my population is more or young generation, I have to use the technology driven products, not the outdated technology. So all these business process or digital transformation, the objectives are the customer convenience, cost control, and attractive young generation. Now, earlier transformation of banks in operations, how the transformation is happening. Some transformation issues I will discuss later on. I will switch over to the advanced the version of this webinar. Ledger to registers. Ledger registers are there. From that, ledger posting missions. From that, bank master earlier, only it is a standalone computer, only up to branch. After that, core banking, anywhere banking. And now core banking is also abolished. Now banks are in cloud computing. Even State Bank of India server is not under the control of State Bank of India. It is in cloud. It is in cloud. The hardware, the software, the firmware, all technologies are taken care of by the outsourcing agencies. So the ledgers or registers to ledger posting mission and the bank master and core banking and for all this transformation, I am lucky because I have seen all these transformations. Now coming to manual interest calculation. Earlier we used to calculate the manual interest by using the tables to calculators are system driven. Now the system is calculating. I need not to calculate. That's why income leakage is very less in the banking system. All interest calculation, whether on deposits or advances. Earlier, this is one of the biggest area. That's why income leakage audit is also there. Today, that is no more. And a transformation banking operation, branch banking to central processing center. Today, the branches are only the sales outlets, only marketing outlets. All are happening at the central processing CPCs. Either the CPC for home loans or CPC for MSME loans or CPC for trade finance or CPC for pensions or CPC for opening the deposit accounts, etc. Earlier, we used to check to demand draft, demand to RTGS, NEFT to now UPI. But checks the circulation, the particular volumes are also reduced. Demand drafts almost in death position. Today, nobody is purchasing demand drafts. Once upon a time, demand drafts, banks are getting huge amount of commission. Today, there is no commission. Nobody is purchasing the demand drafts. All are online transactions. RTGS is there, NEFT is there, or UPI is there. Physical currency. Today, we are using physical. Even in Hyderabad, now morning, I asked the auto wala, I'm the 60 rupees that fare. So can I have the 40 rupees? Sir, no change. You please use Google Pay or Phone Pay or whatever pay is there. And even post office also, no change. So here, all people are habituated from physical currency to digital currency, particularly the digital currency, central bank digital currency. CBDC is a central bank digital currency. that was introduced in 2022. That is wholesale, 1st November retail. Today, if you want to purchase, you can go to the bank and they will upload the digital currency. Digital currency across the world, 100 countries are adopted and 60 countries. The pilot run is also completed and in the India also within a short span of time, not more than 1 year or 2 years, the physical currency over a period of time it will disappear. Even though we are talking about our people are rural areas, financial inclusion, not that is all are today the particular mobile operations are known by the rural people when compared to the urban people more. Why? Because they are having plenty of time. Once the harvesting or sowing of the crops are over, they are free. They can practice that mobiles. What are the various functionalities that are happening? We are talking from the good old days of financial inclusion not achieved and that is all are outdated or redundant. So the physical currency, once that is there, anti-money laundering activities and cross-border the currencies that particularly transfer is also going to be happen instantly, not through SWIFT, Society for Worldwide Interbank Financial Telecommunication. Branch compliance. Earlier we used to go to the branch. Now online, that is integrated. If you send one email, then Jaipur they will distribute it to which RBI it controls, that complaint will control which RBI, then automatically. So the branch compliance to integrated ombudsman. And not only that one, physical clearing. Earlier, all checks are collected through Dropbox or physical and sorted on bank wise and all these things. Today, CTS, check truncation system, that is completely revamped the check truncation system, the checks clearing also. And customer introduction. Earlier, while opening the account of any bank account, customer introduction is required. If at all I am having the any account, I am eligible to give introduction to another customer. Today, that is not there. Know your customer, whatever your PAN, whatever your Aadhaar card, whatever the official valid documents are there, that is sufficient. Physical banking is to faceless banking. Online opening of accounts through online, and cash counters shortly will disappear. Cash counters are replaced with automated teller machine or cash deposit machine, transfer machine, and self-delivery channels are increased. For this mass population and transactions are more, it is very difficult for the banks to open number of branches. That's why a bank in your hand, mobile banking, you transact your transactions, banking transaction with the help of your mobile. A bank in your home, internet banking. If bank inquiries are there, don't come to my branch. You can call center also. And if at all unbanked areas are there, outsourcing of banking activities through business correspondence. So the business correspondence is nothing but outsourcing of a banking business. All these things are a transformation is happening. And a loans are sanctioned at the branch to pre-approved. You need to visit to the branch today. Pre-approved loans based on my CIBIL rating, based on my existing accounts, the system will prepare the matrix and they will identify some grade and according to grade the system will generate some amount and automatically it will come to your mobile. If you wish you are eligible so and so amount, if you want you click and put it as, then automatically your account will be debit, your loan will be credited and credited to your savings bank account. Thereby, no stamp duty, no documentation, no application fill up. All these things are not required. So that type of a radical transformation was happened in the banking, happening in the banking industry. Trimming of the branches. Today, the footfalls of the branches are lean. One day, I visited to one of the branches in State Bank of India, Khairatabad. In one branch, particularly the real estate, the branch premises square feet is 3,000. Then I have seen the vouchers. Vouchers means the transactions of the branch. Daily they are handling only 20 transactions. For 20 transaction, 3,000 square feet real estate cost, is it economically viable to the bank? No. So now 2,500 to 600 square feet. 600 square feet is also high side in the coming days. This was happened in, I visited in 2003 in different countries to study the best banking practices. And most of them were implemented India's largest bank, that is State Bank of India. At that time, Singapore also, small shops are called bank branches. Here, sofa set, counters, all this one, thereby it increases the cost, thereby the benefit to the customer will reduce. Once the cost is reduced, then automatically the lending rate will reduce. Because in the lending rate also, cost of operations will also built into that. Bank branches were shifted to banking operation process to central the processing center, and branches are called marketing outlets. Today, the branches are called marketing outlets to market the housing loan, to market the car or education or personal loan or MSME loans like that. And the customer crowding at the branches disappear. Hardly in the Khairabad branch 20 customers, but 10 people are there. And how much it cost? And now the people are migrated or shifted from branch to ATM or CDM or internet banking or mobile banking or call center. And now earlier 10 to 2, earlier I am talking about, not now, earlier 10 to 2 banking. Now it is shifted to 24/7 banking. Manual transaction to wire transaction. Today there is no vouchers. Earlier, whenever I am withdrawing the amount, I have to prepare and a special signature to be verified. Today, insert the card, take the cash or transfer the amount to another account by mobile banking or internet banking. And the usage of pen, there is no pen usage in the banking system now. All are through keyboard only. Transfer from that one to this one, the usage of that type of a transformation. And the transactions advice, earlier in the banking system, once the debit or credit, they used to send one advice to the customer. Today, SMS or email. Branch banks are shifted from basic business to financial supermarkets. Today, banks are called financial supermarkets because under one roof, the bank products, mutual funds, credit cards, whatever the financial products are available, all are available under one roof. That's why banks are called financial super. These financial supermarkets for cross-selling or upselling or cross-selling, another name is called selling of third-party products. Now earlier, we used to verify the customer 5 C's: character, capacity, capital, collateral, conditions, so many things are there while giving the loan. Now today, CIBIL rating. Now CIBIL rating to credit risk assessment. So the transformation in advances also like that. Not only that one. In Indian BFSI sector is a growth trajectory 31% year-on-year basis. 31% growth rate. For that, if at all old or outdated or redundant or manual systems are there, is it possible to handle that type of a volume? 31% year-on-year basis growth. Financial institutions face challenges, changing industry regulations, and the intense competition is there. Today, cutthroat competition is there. Price war is going on. If at all State Bank of India reduces 0.25, another bank reduces another 0.5. Like that, cutthroat competition is there, and the increase in the operational expenses. So in order to avoid all these things, in order to control all these things, shifting market dynamics are there. Companies are adapting disruptive technologies like artificial intelligence or machine learning or blockchain technology, or tackle these challenges. Whatever the challenges today, to increase the penetration or to control the cost or to face the competition, only solution available to the bank is implementation of latest technology. Either it may be the artificial intelligence or machine learning or blockchain technology, whatever the latest cloud computing or whatever the latest technology is. Then only survival is possible. Otherwise, the banks will no more. They can close the shutters also. And they can apply for the Reserve Bank of India to cancel the licenses. So the transformation, digital transformation is very, very important. That's why I told the future banks, most of the banks are running by the IT companies. Now, the top 10 tech trends driving the business growth in the banking sector. 5 top technology trends are that is to be implemented, or otherwise I am no more. I am no more means bank is no more. So the top 10, the 5 technologies that is important for every bank. If banks are not adopting, they need not think about their future growth. And they will not satisfy the stakeholders. They will not pay the adequate dividends to the shareholders also. So for the growth of the banking sector, the top technology trends are there. If that is implemented, the banks will survive. Otherwise, the survival is a question mark to the banking industry. What are the top 10 technology trends that are to be implemented in the Indian banking system? The 5 key trends, expectations from technology leaders, particularly in 2024, particularly the bank top management has to think about this one. One is hybrid and multi-cloud computing. Cloud. Once the cloud computing is there, your problems will be solved. You need not incur the capital expenditure. Use and pay. That is a meter reading. Like electricity, we are using and pay as per the meter reading. In the similar manner, cloud also. Thereby, the capital expenditure or revenue expenditure for hardware, software, firmware, humanware, whatever the wares are there in the cloud, all the technology, all are to be borne by this. The latest technology is possible. The volume of data. Suppose take for example, if at all the customer base is increasing, then a bank has to take a call and the board has to approval to purchase a higher version of the hardware, and it will take some time. In the meantime, servers are slow. All these problems are there. But once the cloud is there, if your telephone on the next minute, they will give the expansion of your the database. So according to IDC report, International Data Corporation, 80% of the corporate banks in India will migrate to the operation to cloud in 2024. All, particularly if at all the regional rural banks, they can move to cloud. Cooperative banks, they can move to the cloud. And once the cloud is there, the initial expenditure to start a bank will also reduce. And Nutanix, the third annual enterprise cloud index report also predicted 39% growth. And hybrid cloud adoption, particularly public and private clubbed together, is called hybrid. In the Indian BFSI sector by 2026, almost all their cloud, one cloud or private cloud also they will hire, and they will achieve the goals, whatever the organization goals are there. And the BFSI sector generates 2.5 quintillion data bytes each day. That volumes. Today, 2 rupees or 10 rupees or 5 rupees or 1 rupee or 6 rupees, whatever the UPI payments, if you see the bank data server, number of earlier in savings bank account, the banks are told not exceeding 50%, 50 transactions per half year. 50 transaction. Today, almost every savings bank account, hundreds of transactions, UPI transactions. Because the UPI is connected to the savings bank account, and whatever the QR code or whatever it is there, PhonePe or Google Pay, whatever it is there, even 6 rupees or 1 rupee or 2 rupees, simply they are paying, and all these they are debited to the bank account. Once bank account debited, the volumes of transaction increased, and the memory is required more. The RAM, random access memory, is required more. And managing and processing a vast amount of data is one of the biggest challenge in the bank business. On account of UPI, UPI is also not charging any amount, no restrictions for transactions, and servers are flooded with data. Flooded with data, but that data is also useful to the bank for data analytics, that to know the customer behavior, to know the customer expenditure pattern, to know the customer income levels. All these things are possible, but at the same time, the capacity of the server to be increased. For that, the existing servers of the bank is not sufficient. The bank has to purchase the new servers with a high RAM capacity servers. Once that is there, it is a capital expenditure. In addition to that, again, a system software engineers or systems administrator or the business continuity plan or disaster recovery management, all these things, again, a recurring expenditure. However, with the cloud deployment, business can process requests quickly and improving the customer. Suppose from tomorrow onwards, I require additional space in the computer. Call the cloud. First, tomorrow also, you please increase 10% of the space in the memory. Immediately, within no time, he will increase. But if the cloud is not moved, the bank has to purchase hardware with capital expenditure. Moreover, cloud solutions offer better data security than on solutions, on-premises solution. Cloud, they are taking a lot of precautionary measures. Take for example, Mahesh Cooperative Bank is there in Hyderabad. The cyber attack was happened on the server, that to general ledger balance. General ledger balance means nearly 14 crores they have debited to the general ledger, not customer account. The bank, the total amount of 14 crores debited, and immediately some messages are coming, and immediately they inform to the cyber police. Immediately they stopped that further reduction of the loss to the bank. So once the data is in a cloud, then safety will increase. But cloud selection is also very important. Everybody will start cloud computing. No, who is providing the services, security-wise, mitigation of risk and all these things. Since the data privacy regulation become the most stringent, enterprises need to adhere the data security compliance, whether they are adhering the data security compliance or not. And cloud solutions allow quick and easy integration of various platforms. Suppose if at all I want to use particularly different versions, or I want to introduce new products, I want to introduce particularly the call center integration or ATM integration or CDM integration or mobile banking integration or whatever the changes are there, immediately quick and easy integration is possible. Seamless data configuration analysis, ensuring the business scalability. Tomorrow onwards, my business will grow by 10%, means instantly once the cloud is there, I can use the cloud and I will give the direction. Only meter using, whatever the usage of my the system is there, to that extent only I have to pay the amount, like electricity meter reading. Bank business also use cloud computing to monitor the transaction in real time and prevent fraudulent activities. If at all real time, some of the banks, The server capacity is not up to the mark. So to process the transaction, it will take some time. In the meantime, connectivity lost. Once connectivity lost, his account will be debited and parked in a system suspense account. So once the cloud is there, these problems can be averted or avoided. However, many bank businesses unable to maximize cloud advantages. Okay, scrap the outdated. Don't go for a technology development in the existing hardware or software. And the cost benefit analysis to be arrived. And what is particularly the payback period? All these things, if you arrive, then it is not a big thing. And because of a poor network connectivity, lack of visibility. And therefore, adoption of a SD-WAN, that is a new software, was introduced. SD-WAN. Earlier, you know about LAN, local area network, WAN, wide area network, MAN, metro area network, like that. Today, SD-WAN, that is a software-defined approach to managing the WAN. Simply, the communication system WAN, MAN, or LAN is not suffice. The software-defined approach. Once my software is like this, the WAN should be a different one. My software, my data volume, all these things are to be taken into consideration while designing the network also. And a responsive network solution is increasing. Today, most of the banks are going for a SW-WAN. That is software defined approach to the managing the LAN. It provides a better visibility. Control bandwidth problem will not arise. Otherwise, if at all I put the transaction, even today, in the banking also, core banking, some of the banks I have seen, bandwidth versus productivity. Some of the banks they are thinking bandwidth means they are simply keep quiet. The top management. Once the bandwidth is not there, the productivity loss is there. If the employee is spending to open an account, if he takes 30 minutes instead of 5 minutes, then 25 minutes is sheer waste on account of a bandwidth issue. If the bandwidth cost is there, increase the bandwidth cost, no problem. Then productivity will increase, the number of accounts will increase. Otherwise, customer will be demotivated. Once a demotivation is there, oh, don't go to that bank branch. To open the account, they will take 2 hours because they are telling technology problem, that problem. Don't go. Go to this ICICI Bank or another bank like that. So that's why the bandwidth, all of these problems will be resolved once you adopted for cloud. Number 2 point. The banks should think about the second point. One is the cloud. Second one is big data analytics. Today, whatever the transaction that were completed by the customer, out of that, you will get the vital information about the customer behavior, about the transaction pattern, about their the expenditure or income or whatever it is there. On the face, it is very difficult to identify the 3 C's or 5 C's: character, capacity, conduct, all these things earlier. Without data, we are asking about that paper, this paper, and market information. Today, there is no need of market information. The data of the customer history data will reveal the pattern of the expenditure, pattern of the income, pattern of the consumption, and what is the level of income, all these things. For that, big data analytics are very much required. Mahesh Kumar Jain, Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India, explained cyber security exercises for banking sector. Event that digitalization help bank leverage structured data to assess the customer risk profile. whether he is a good customer or credit worthiness is there or not to be assessed with the help of data. I need not ask the customer also. I need not ask the customer to provide that statement or this statement. So earlier, Dr. Rao sir also told about the State Bank of India. Within 10 minutes, they are sanctioning the loan for MSMEs also, based on the GST returns, working capital loans. However, big data analytics, banking organization to get deeper into the customer trends, preferences, analyzing the semi-structured or unstructured data. Whatever the data is there in the server, in the RAM, random access memory, it is very easy. Next, particularly the data analytics, 4 V's are to be satisfied. The need of the big analytics in the Indian banking sector is based on 4 V's. What are the 4 V's? Volume. 48.6 billion real-time transaction took place in India 2020. Volumes are increasing. Today, financial transactions are increasing. Either consumption or particularly investment or borrowings payment or lending or so many things are happening. Earlier, all customers, they visit to the bank branches by 10 o'clock and they have to form in the queue. Today, that is not the case. Even at night at about 4 o'clock, they will wake up and they will complete the transaction. They will complete the transaction. And the volume, that is a volume. The highest in the world, Indian, whatever the banking transaction volume is highest in the world. That is a 2021 database I am talking. Today, that is a different one. Tracking the high volumes of data generated from the transaction is possible with a big data analytic tools on. If you want to attack the volume, and if you want to preserve the data, particularly the volume data, then only the big data analytics are possible. Then only you can identify the customer. Not simply 1 month transaction. If they analyze the customer, it won't give any good results about the pattern, about the income, all these things. Velocity. As the transaction velocity increases exponentially. Today, the transactions are a geometrical progression, not arithmetical progression. Arithmetic means 2, 4, 6, 8. Geometrical progression means 2, 4, 16. Like that, it will increase. Big data analytic perform a match as a solution to handle the velocity of the data streams, effectively enabling the BFSI organization to analyze the transaction into real time. If at all a customer is data analyze means if I provide the data today, after 1 month analysis is not on real time only. I want the customer because the customer is sitting opposite to me. He is asking about his credit requirements. So that way the big data analytics tools are also very much required. Once they are going for cloud, then problem will be solved. Veracity. The BFSI sector requires accurate data. Garbage in, gigo, garbage in, garbage out. If at all I am keying wrong data, today in some of the banks, P. Sivarama Prasad, Hyderabad, if at all they want to send any communication, where it goes? In Hyderabad. That's why some banks, they introduce Project Ganga, cleaning of the data. If the data is accurate, the results will accurate. If garbage in, garbage out. So the veracity of the data, accurate data collection and processing. In 2006, particularly, Harvard Business Review reported dirty data. In some banks, they don't key all the information. Tuck, 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 submit. All are blanks. That's why today, what is happening? they have put a asterisk. Compulsorily, you have to fill up the, otherwise the cursor will not move to the next field. So some of the people, what they are doing, 999999. The system is taking, the system don't know about the cell number, all nines are 9618439123 like that. And characterized by the inaccuracies and inconsistencies. On that data analytics, how it is possible? Once that purified data is there, then results will be good. Cost of US economy, $3 trillion annually on account of garbage data. These figures have skyrocketed in the boom of Indian economy and increase the user data volumes. So the big data analytics plays a crucial role in the banking industry in the coming days. It provides high insights about the entire customer journey. If at all I want to continue the customer, or I want to leave I want to disconnect the customer, means it depends upon the data only, not approaching the bank people. And he need not approach also. Enabling the business to find the hidden customer interaction points and improve the onboarding, payment and the deposit costs. It also boosts innovation, operational efficiency and risk management. If data accuracy is there, I can develop the risk matrix also. And the operational efficiency will also be there. If not, all these things are waste. The number 3 out of 5, 2 are discussed. One is the big data and analytics. First one is cloud computing. If the banks are doing that one, in future they will continue. Otherwise, they will disappear. They will vanish also. The top management should think about all these things. Simply, this is not a simple topic subject. The digital transformation is the need of our. Otherwise, no survival. No, I will distribute the brochures in the newspaper. I will give the advertisement in the newspaper. My people will contact door-to-door campaign. All are wasteful exercise in the present scenario to mobilize the banking business. Building resilience is the top priority of the BFSI industry because of intense competition is there. We have to sustain. Otherwise, on real time only, the competition is also increasing. This involves improving the operational efficiency. If at all I am not operational efficiency, catering rapid changing customer demands, innovating new solutions, focusing on cyber security, then you need not think about that bank. Being a CMS also, what are the developments that are? Suppose we are talking about the stock audit or concurrent audit or particularly the agency for special monitoring or government commission, all these things. In future, the audit will be happen from your office only. You need not visit to the bank. Today, the customer is not visiting to the bank. Tomorrow, the auditors will also not visit to the bank. That was implemented in State Bank of India on trial run in Uttar Pradesh also. So all digitalization, whenever they are giving any loan, all documents are scanned and available. While verifying that one, the scan is also simultaneously you can verify and assess what are the mistakes that are done by the bank. So the traffic jams will also reduce because your house is your office. So this involves operational efficiency, catering the rapid changing customer demands, innovating new solutions and focusing on cyber security. And backhauling traffic from different branches, ATMs using traditional van. Today, the total van system is to be changed. That is outdated or redundant. Whatever the ATM connectivity is there, whatever CDM connectivity is there, all are under wide area network system only, that is communication system. Today, that is outdated. SD WAN is there. That is to be implemented. Then only the problems will be solved. Backhauling of the traffic from different branches, particularly in villages also, the WAN is not working properly. That's why even though installation of a ATM is there, no, the number of hits of the ATM is reduced. Because a card inserted, cash is not coming and account is debited means then customer will be desperate. Traditional WAN network does not support the real because volumes are increasing, the server capacity to be increased. Once the server capacity to be increased, you have to purchase additional servers, which requires additional capital expenditure to the bank, leading to latency. Therefore, financial institutions are unable to expand their branches to different locations, operate remotely. Today, WAN is outdated for the banking system. Earlier, that is 20 years back, we learn LAN means local area network, WAN means wide area, MAN means metro area network. All are redundant. The technology obsolescence rate is increasing. Hence, the banks are replacing traditional network with the SD-WAN. That is the latest technology. And fast, quick, accurate, and instant results will come. Seamless interconnectivity across the different applications and device. One server with the server, branches are linked, ATMs are linked, CD, cash deposit machines are linked, all merchant people, they are swiping the cards. POS mission, point of sale mission, crores transactions are happening. If the server capacity is not there, once the merchant swipes and if not debited, then automatically the bank risk will increase. Seamlessly interconnectivity across the different. That's why all banks should implement the SD-WAN instantly. Otherwise, they will not continue in the market. It increases the data processing. It increases the bandwidth. It increases the better security due to end-to-end encryption. End-to-end encryption is also there. So that's why security is also there. That's why the bank's third point is they have to implement the network is SD-WAN. And fourth one, artificial intelligence. If the banks are not going for AI, we need not think about that bank. Particularly the young generation people, they don't go to that bank. According to the ALDA of India 2023 report, 78 of the C-suite executives of financial services are either already leveraged generative artificial intelligence or one or more purpose planning to use it in next 12 months. Gen AI, artificial intelligence. Once the AI tools are implemented, then in the bank in the coming days, they will be there in the market. Otherwise, need not think about the bank. The main focus areas of enhancing the customer experience and cost reduction. Today, even to recovery of the loans, geo mapping is there. Geo mapping means I have given 100 customers in one place. And all customers are geo mapping is there in the core banking system. Like if at all your particularly this one that is Amazon geo mapping is there. So once I reach it to the one place, if I switch on the mobile, then automatically Mr. Rao is this place and Gopal is the half kilometer this place and Mr. Prasad is there in 200 feet, all information will be mapped. Then I need not worry about the customer, where he is located, what is his address and all these things. Some of the banks, they have already implemented it to catch hold of the defaulters or the borrowers, to catch hold of the borrowers, those who are not repaying the loan. The geo mapping is there. Already leveraging generative artificial intelligence, one or more purpose, either planning next 12 months, and two main focus on the enhancing customer experience and cost reduction. AI gives a lot of advantage. That's why in the coming days, even in the Institute of Cost Accountants also, the courses are to be linked with the technology, all courses. Then only the cost advantages they can arrive properly. Otherwise, if at all I am using the oldest methods, that is no more. Even lease years or fresh to home or a big bazaar, all the mapping of the customer, what is the cost advantage? It is very easy to know how much I have to pay, how much petrol consumption or whatever it is there, how much time he is spending, how many packets he can deliver daily, and how much amount I have to pay, how much amount I have to recover from the customer. And the banking organizations is also deploying the specialized teams to leverage the Gen AI for business growth. While 83% of the banks wanted to collaborate with external partner and 61% wanted to build in-house also. Some banks, they want to develop in-house Gen AI, artificial intelligence. Some banks, they want to outsource it. But that is to be implemented at the earliest. Otherwise, the customers will migrate from this bank to another bank. Fraud detection. Most popular, particularly the artificial intelligence or Gen AI is useful first fraud detection. Earlier, to detect the fraud, the head officers of the bank, they deputed one official. He will stay for 1 week. After that, he will give the report. The report goes to the top management and they will again investigate so many. After 2 years or 3 years, they will give the punishment. Today, the suspension or a dismissal of the employees who are doing wrong things is not a big problem to the banking industry. Real-time basis, they can do the suspension or dismissal. Because the proof is there. Okay, acts are also suitably modified, particularly the IT Act. So the fraud detection prevention, artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms analyze the real-time transaction and payment methods. That's why FIU-IND, Financial Intelligence Unit, Government of India, FIU-IND, Government of India. Every day, all bank servers automatically populated the data of suspicious transactions. Directly from the bank server to FIU-IND. And through data analytics, they will find out which type of transaction, wrong transaction, all these things they will easily to find out with the data analytics or big data. They detect the suspicious activity and alert the banks and financial institutions. Next, personalized customer experience. The PwC report also uses AI in the Indian banking sector, states that 83% of the organization improve the customer service by using AI. Hyper personalization. That's why in 2003, not now, I'm talking about 2003. In Melbourne, I visited to the Australian New Zealand Bank, ANZ Bank. When I entered, I interacted with the branch manager to know the best banking practices. At that time, the branch manager told, whenever a customer is enter into the branch premises, his card will be captured by the system, that is sensor. And if at all he is, the customers are categorized as A, B, C, high net worth individual and low amount wise high net worth or medium or low volume customers. Immediately, once the high net worth individual enters into the bank, the proactively the branch manager will go and pick up the customer and ask him to come to the branch manager's room. This is I'm talking about 2003 when I visited to the ANZ Bank in Melbourne. After 21 years today, this type of systems are not there in the India. That is possible. So it anticipates the customer behavior needs and help the business to understand the preferred products, services, communication. Even in Australia, whatever the credit cards companies are there, debit card companies and debit card banks are there, the data, whatever my spending is there. Suppose I'm using the debit card for jewelry purpose. Then the bank will send one communication to me, Mr. Prasad, we are providing jewelry loans. If you wish, you can avail. So that type of AI tools are also available at that time, not now. 57% of the gained competitive advantage and improved the operational efficiency, automating the task with the artificial intelligence. With the help of artificial intelligence only, today, the India's largest bank, that is State Bank of India, they have sanctioned the pre-approved loans. You need not ask. The system will run the program and your data will be analyzed and prepare the matrix on their own. No human intervention, nothing. And they will scan the CIBIL reporting also. And the CIBIL report, repayment of your existing loan and the deposits, all are calculated, and it will throw some rank. Based on the rank, limit will be fixed. Immediately, automatically the system will generate one SMS. So based on the history file, you are eligible this much amount. If you want, immediately you can put S. Then automatically system will develop, the system automatically creates a loan account and credits the loan amount to your savings bank account. For that, no application, no stamp duty, no KYC document. Already KYC documents are there. So here the automation, the artificial intelligence is also very important. So advantages, that is advantages. Automated customer service chatbots. Today, everybody still in India, they are not accustomed to use the chatbots. Chatbots are under artificial intelligence 1.2. Enterprises use AI-powered chatbots for better and faster customer interaction. For that, you need not call the call center people. But still, the customers are also habituated to interact with the chatbots. Chatbot helps the customer independently solve the basic queries and process requests, reducing the bank cost and increasing the operational efficiency. Generative risk management, particularly artificial intelligence, generative artificial intelligence. It reduces the risk and it is one of the tools to mitigate the risk also. Business Gen AI to create a customer risk ratings and reports also. It helps the customer risk profiles and reduces the loan defaults. And Gen AI can also provide a market forecast for better investment strategy. That's why the artificial intelligence is also need of our to be implemented in the banks. Compliance automation, particularly KYC or anti-money laundering, automatically it validates the data and all these things. Moreover, Gen AI trained as an expert to offer insights of the industry compliance and the internal policies also. Number 5, that is the last one. Underscore the rising of the cyber threats. Today, hard-earned money, if at all any culprit or fraudster taken away my money, and if insurance coverage is not there, and the bank is also not immediately stopped that particular this one, then the customer image will lost. The bank image will lost. Customer will popularize that particular thing to the various media. Then automatically it reduces the bank business also. So underscore the rising concern of the customer threats in the BFSI sector. Cyber security is a strategic necessity for the banking sector, not merely the operational issue. Mahesh Kuljan, the managing director for Barclays India. It is not an operational risk. Bank side, it is an operation, but it is a great risk to the customer. India Cyber Domestic Market 2023 report by Data Security Council of India states bank enterprises have to increase the data security budget over the last few years. That is required. Otherwise, they will lose the customers. And some technologies invested. Zero trust architecture is also there, that is to be implemented in the banking industry. Traditional security mode verification from external users, but internal users can easily network. Then once that architecture is implemented, then that problem will resolve. Zero trust architecture network security model requires external and internal agents to verify the identity of access the data network, preventing the unauthorized access and fraud risk. Because suppose they take for example point of sale machine is there, POS. They are accessing my server via their servers or MasterCard or Visa or different. So here zero trust architecture is also one of the development to mitigate the frauds, to access or to attack the server by the cyber fraudsters. SOC, next gen SOC, that is a Security Operations Center, is a centralized team that monitor, detects the cyber breaches. Banking business are to use SD-WAN for SOC. That's why SD-WAN is one new technology that is gives a lot of advantages to the bank. Better visibility in operations, security audits and assessments. It involves a periodic network hardware assessments. All these things can be vulnerabilities. All these things can be avoided. CNAPP, Cloud Native Application Protection Platform, is a consolidated tool. Workload protection of the data security. New technologies are happening. Today, the one of the important item to the top management of the bank is how to improve the technology, how to mitigate the technology, risk of the technology. SD-WAN security, advanced network infrastructure, seamless collaboration, all these things are there. Privacy by design. The cyber security framework that focuses on implement of robust policies and technology at initial stages of application of the development. So all these things are in the coming days. We will see if the banks are not adopted, then leave it of the banks nationalization and the public sector, private sector, leave it of all these things. Next, the losses of non-performing asset are much less than the fraud. Frauds are business grow, the reduction in the growth level of the business. If today the banks are facing two big challenges, one is increase in the non-performing, second one is the frauds. If a technology adoption is not there, asset liabilities mismatch will happen and frauds will increase, and it is very difficult to maintain the liquidity position of the bank. So to conclude, BFSI organization leverage of artificial intelligence or machine learning or blockchain or cloud technology to grow their business. However, these technology pose data privacy and security risks, making customer organization vulnerable. Hence, banking and financial switching over to traditional network to SWWAN or network infrastructure enables the bank organization to achieve the digital transformation goals and data security. An SWWAN solution facilitates the streaming data flow, loading, all these things. 58 a banking business intending to deploy the next 2 years this SW. Some of the IT companies, they are providing all these things. To know more about tomorrow's banking system or whatever the developments that are happening in the bank system, the BFSI board of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India offers one good course. That course is FinTech course. If at all you want to do any audit work, or if at all you want to provide any services, or if at all you want to provide any services to your clients about the banking system, and all these things, you should know the latest banking, the ever latest banking, not latest, ever latest banking. The ever latest banking is through FinTech course. The BFSI board is giving the offering that course. That course is advanced certificate course on FinTech. And once you learn, then you know the latest developments and what technology they are adopted. That technology, how it is useful to increase the business and how it reduces the risk of the bank. All these things you know better. And with this, I'm concluding. Thank you very much for your patience listening. And thank you very much to A.C. Rao sir and the Reserve Bank of India CGM Pad sir and Chittaranjan Chattopadhyay sir for giving an opportunity to discuss about the particularly the advanced technology that is implemented in the banking system. Thank you very much and thank you to all.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for such an exhaustive presentation. And we're really honored to have you with us for this such a nice topic today. It is a very innovative topic, and I'm sure the participants, they have many queries to ask, and we will upload your presentation also in our BFSI portal. I will request our participants, if they have any queries, they can surely contact you. They can mail us for resolve of the same. So with this, we have come to the close of your presentation, and I would request CMA Debobroto Das sir, our team member, for the vote of thanks.
Okay.
Debobroto sir, please. You are in mute. You are in mute.
Thank you, Indrakshi madam. Good afternoon to everyone, and thank you for your patient hearing. I would like to thank CMA Partho Choudhury sir, Dr. A.C. Raut sir, and Sivaprasad and Sivarama sir for your time and this wonderful presentation on today's topic. Just to sum up, I would like to tell that digital transformation in banking is not just a change, it's far beyond just moving from the traditional to the digital world. The entire concept of digital transformation strategies with banking is a vital process of how bank and financial institutions analyze, interact, and satisfy their customers. The basic approach of digitization in banking and fintech begins with understanding the customer's behavior, preference, and demand. As a result, the banking sector has transformed from product-oriented to customer-centric. Like previously, people used to travel bank, meet with the representatives, and then get approval of their required product or loans. But now, with only a click on their mobile and through a SMS and a confirmation, the work is getting done due to this digitalization process. Sir has beautifully explained how banks have transformed in various aspects today and how costs have also been reduced due to this digitization. We would like to hear from you, sir, more in the coming days. Sir, thank you once again for your time and support us. Thank you. I would also like to thank the IT department, BFSI officials, and our chairman, sir, president, sir, and vice president, sir, for continuously supporting us and motivating us for more such programs. Sir, we would request to be with us in coming days so that we can organize more such seminars and webinars in coming days. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, sir. I'm closing,
Thank you.
madam.
Yes, sir.
Yes.